Hi, Devin here. This is pretty much the first YouTube video I've ever made. Got my dog here next to me, and today I'm going to be talking about a film that I just watched called Mother, written and directed by Darren Aronofsky. I went and got it from the library. Darren Aronofsky is one of my favorite filmmakers. He has a new movie called The Whale coming out in a couple days, which I'm very excited to see. When I first started getting really into film when I was about 16 or so, Darren Aronofsky was one of the first filmmakers that I got into. I was very affected by Requiem for a Dream, and then watched Pi. Just loved his style of filmmaking, loved the way that he is able to adapt film. Black Swan is about a ballet. I believe The Whale, the movie that's coming out by him in a couple days, is based off of a play. Requiem for a Dream is based off of a book by Hubert Selby Jr. Read it in high school. Freaking great book. Highly recommend it. So, with all this in mind, I had not seen Mother yet. And I love Javier Bardem, who plays the main male character. I also really like Jennifer Lawrence. But I love Javier Bardem so much. He played Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men, which is one of my favorite performances in film ever, one of my favorite villains ever. I just love that he's just this embodiment of evil. I'd like to read No Country for Old Men eventually. But anyways, I kind of knew a little bit about what was going to be going on in the plot, but not enough to where I knew it was going to happen. Obviously, and this is going to be a spoiler review, I couldn't figure out if Javier Bardem's character was supposed to be God or Jesus or the Antichrist for a lot of the movie, or Satan. For a lot of the movie, I was thinking that maybe he was Satan, and that he had impregnated Jennifer Lawrence's character with the Antichrist. That's kind of where I assumed it was going. So I guess before I get too much further, I should explain a little bit about the plot. Jennifer Lawrence plays the wife of Javier Bardem, and they're just called like him and her or something. They don't have names, so it's very vague on like who they are. It's meant to be really allegorical. His house had burnt down, and Jennifer Lawrence's character is, his wife, and is trying to help him rebuild the house. I guess that the house is kind of supposed to be an allegory for the Garden of Eden, because it's kind of a bottle movie. The whole movie takes place pretty much in the house, and there's some sets that get a lot bigger, and anyways. But, yeah, pretty much takes place in the house. So it's kind of meant to be an allegory for Adam and Eve, I believe. She ends up getting pregnant by him, and, a bunch of people start invading the house. It's really strange. I'm not really sure how to explain it. Like I said, it kind of runs like a play. I feel like it would work very well on a live stage. The Aronofsky is so spot on with his cinematography. He's so spot on with music, and a lot of his movies are kind of like an attack on the senses, I feel like, which I love. That's some of my favorite kind of film, is just stuff that is so overwhelming, and a lot of it kind of felt like a magic trick, where Aronofsky kind of felt like he was doing the sleight of hand thing, where he was showing you something or trying to overwhelm you in order to have something play out that kind of would go over your head if you were overwhelmed by the sound and the imagery and everything that was going on, which I think is really cool. One of the problems I really have with Hollywood these days is that I feel like it's just kind of mindless, kind of senseless, and you got the Michael Bay, Roland Emmerich, just disaster movies, explosions, and although I don't mind action at all, I feel like I tend to gravitate more towards movies that are a little more thoughtful and have a little heavier philosophical themes. This is my first YouTube video pretty much. I didn't write anything down. I didn't write like an outline down or anything. This is just, I want to start making videos, and I watched the movie tonight and I thought it was great. I'm very excited about The Whale, which I believe is coming out on December 20th. It's directed and I believe written by Darren Aronofsky and stars Brendan Fraser in his comeback role, so I'm really excited for that. Darren Aronofsky is, like I said, one of the quintessential filmmakers as far as the filmmakers that really shaped my liking towards film. I don't really know how to explain it, but I've always really liked him. Now I've seen all of his movies. I'm really excited to see The Whale. Looks like it's going to be a really good drama. I'm hoping that there are going to be some horror elements. I don't know. I don't know much about the plot at the moment, and I don't really want to. But yeah, I'm excited, and I love the movie. Mother, you can... If you've ever seen Requiem for a Dream, The Wrestler, Black Swan, any of those films, this is the same filmmaker. You can rent it for like $4 on YouTube or other places. If you have a library card, you can go and get it at the library. That's what I did. And yeah, so I'm really excited. I hope that if you are wanting to watch this movie, that you found this either interesting or thought-provoking at least, or maybe at least just enjoyable. I really appreciate you for coming today and checking this out, and I look forward to doing this again soon. Thank you. Have a good night.